That would be pretty hilarious. So yeah, this title screen is quite good, but the only thing that's kind of troubling me about this title screen is this kind of text here. Wait, can I move my mouse? Where's the mouse? You can't really see it because of the white background. But the word for start, so the word start is really not that clear. Like, it's very hard to read. Like, the S and the T are all squashed together. You let that guy out, BR, you're a scrub. Yeah, that sort of thing. Moonfly, that exact sort of thing, Moonfly. I'm gonna give you all the shit. I'm gonna give you all the shit. So this start is really quite hard to read. Like the S and the T are all squashed together, and like because of the font, or I don't know what it is, but it's really hard to read. So that's not the best thing, because you always want to go for readability over kind of visual flair. If you're designing a kind of graphical, a special kind of font or using different kinds of fonts, you always want to make sure that you're making the readability of the font the primary thing. Like, don't go for kind of fancy fonts that are very ornate and detailed if they're going to get in the way of actually reading the text, reading the words. Always try and go for just clear font first of all. So let's start the game and let's see what's going on. Nice effect there. A little bit of a zoom effect. I like it. It's raining. It was snowing here in Scotland yesterday, but it's not snowing today. Ooh, a beat. That beat, yo. Pretty sick beats. Beats by Dre. Okay, automatic text scrolling is it? That's not the best thing in the world. You imagine too much, Captain. These people are inferior to us, and in the end, I regret to disappoint you, sir. Okay, so this font is not the clearest font in the world. Hey, NDH74, what's up, man? Great to see you. Mr. Trivial, game author. This is kind of an old game, Trivial, and it's called Sunset over Imdahl, but I just like the look of it from the screenshots, and I thought it would be an interesting game to play. And the author is Ariman, or Araman, whatever. And this kind of visual style was quite interesting to me, so I thought it would be quite a cool game to show. And I know the font, though, the font is such a bad choice for this game. Like, I don't know why you would intentionally put this into your game, because look how hard this is to read. I mean, it's virtually impossible to read, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, it's virtually, look at this. I mean, okay, it's already started, but it's such an obstacle to actually reading the text. Like, you might as well, are you trying to make it difficult for the player? Is this like part of the challenge of the game that you can't read the words on the screen? Because yeah, it's really a bad choice, but let's try and persevere and see if we can somehow. The font is hella hard to read. It sure is. What's this? An Allah? I don't know what that is. But it isn't that there are any treaties against. There are a lot of treaties in. The S's look like G's. The S's look like G's. But one would hardly build an empire. The men will have to. God, look at that W. That W has no definition between the lines of the. We'll have to settle with my word, but you, Captain, can rest assured. Oh my god, is this a troll game? Is this a troll game? Was the art troll? You know what, the art, Moonfly, has kind of a charming feel to it. Look at this art here. I think this art is quite charming. I think it's really nice, I think it's, obviously it's not professional level artwork, it is a little bit rough around the edges and a little bit crude maybe, but it does have quite a charming feel to it and it is quite engaging. But the font, I mean the font is crazy out of this world with blurriness and like, it's such a bad design choice. I mean, look at this, I don't know whether it's my computer, I don't think it's my computer, but I mean, it just baffles me, like, why would you put this font into the game? Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool art-wise. Moonfly, I think this artwork looks pretty good, but if the game is going to have this terrible font the whole way through, I mean, I'm just going to get a major headache here. My head's going to explode in 2 seconds with this font. I ain't going to last 10 minutes, you guys. NDH is like laughing his head off at me. I know, are you feeling my pain? NDH, are you feeling my pain? Because it's pretty painful. Hello? Hello? Nice sprite, I like the sprite. Anyone? Oh, I can move, cool. Okay, so we can go and do some exploring around this town here. I mean, the thing about these parallax backgrounds is that parallax mapping, so if you don't know what parallax mapping is, parallax mapping, yeah, parallax mapping is when you create a map or an environment, like a town, outside of the actual RPG Maker in-game map creation system, because RPG Maker has a way for you to create maps quite quickly and through the use of tiles. But you can, if you want to, create your maps in something like Photoshop or GIMP, like this has been done. You draw them by hand and then take that image and put it into the game, and then define the passability and define what's interactable through RPG Maker. So it's a lot more time and it's a lot more difficult, but yeah, it does take a lot of skill to do parallax mapping well. So let's see how well this parallax mapping has been done in this game in terms of passability, and I think it looks pretty good so far. I think it looks pretty good. Because you see, it's things like this. Can I move my mouse on here? Can you guys see my mouse? Okay, you guys can't see my mouse, but it's things like these diagonal sloping roofs that aren't quite a straight line. Like, that is quite difficult to create proper passability for, because quite often you can find that because your image is obviously not drawn around a tile system, your passability can sometimes get a little bit out of whack there. So I'm amazed this guy was able to colour in the lines with those Crayola crayons. Okay, so let's do some exploring and let's see what we can interact with, if anything. Can I run? I wonder. I don't think so. Okay, here is my menu with the terrible, terrible font. It's winter. Yeah, duh, because there's a lot of snow lying around. View a list of the items you are currently carrying. Excuse me, you guys. That work bag. Oh god, this is so. A small pouch used to carry your. What's that? Your narc? Carry your narc around. Carry your narc. Mark? I don't know what that is. Okay. This is going to be very challenging if I can't even read the descriptions of the items. It's going to be quite a struggle. It's going to be hard. Can I go in here? No. But I mean, I do think that the artwork being 100% original is a huge achievement, you know? Nope. Don't know what that is. Who are you? He walks funny. I might ask you the same thing. This town was struck by a horrible plague months ago. You mustn't stay here. What? Don't know what that is. Surely. Oh my god, I'm gonna have a. My head is starting to hurt. Someone's a narc. Yeah, I'm a major narc. Major, big time narc. Narc. Lingers in the air. I know. I live here. Duh. Used to live here. I have been attending my infected mother. She's infected? Whoa. His mother is infected with a disease. Font, astigmatism, demon. The last days. And now, when I go outside again after she passed away, it was, oh my god, I don't think I can do this, you guys. It's giving me a real big headache. Okay, right, let's... Please tell me that some managed to flee, that those bastards holding us under siege let them through. I wouldn't know that, I'm afraid. God, what do I do now? I do not know, lad, but you must get out of here. This city is not as, a sound place to be in. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Swansea Vamsey, hello Digi. How's it going, Digi? Nice to see you. What's with the text? None of us can read it. Digi, none of us can read it. It's It's so crazy. It's not even like a little bit bad. It's not even like it's a little bit hard to read. It's like literally, it's the worst font. If you were like looking for the on the internet for the worst font you could possibly find, this would be it. This would be the one you would find. Like, it's so bad, and I just can't understand why someone would intentionally look at this font and think, okay, yeah, this font, this looks like the kind of font that I want to put into my game. Like, what kind of brain? Because he's obviously a very aesthetically aware person. So he is aware of visuals and graphics because he has hand drawn these backgrounds. So he's got some kind of artistic knowledge and skill. So I don't know how he could not see that this font is too difficult to read. I don't know how he could not understand that. So it's very, very bizarre. I know what font I'm using for my game. This is madness. It's madness. This is Sparta. This is bad font time, Squirrel. That's what this is. This is terrible, stressing Swan out font. So, yeah, but nice to see you, Squirrel. How's it going, man? How is it going? Let's just persevere, okay? I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my utmost to read this for you guys, but I don't know. Okay, that's the end of the cutscene view. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, you don't understand. They're all gone. All of them. Anyone I ever knew is dead. I do not care if I am the lone survivor of thousands. I might as well be dead. I'd rather be... poignant. ... Perhaps. What if I told you there is a way to undo all of this? What is your name, boy? My name is Lon. Lon? What a weird walk. It's like a Monty Python walk, you know? What is he doing? It's like back and forth, doing a shuffle. I shall give you a second chance, Lon. It should be easier. It should be a lot easier for you than it would be for me. Go to the statue in the alley behind the tavern. Wow, I'm getting pretty good at this font, man. The gate. The gate. Ah, my head. Oh dear. This is giving me a big headache. The gate. To get. To open. The gate is set. The gate is set to open. There. The gate is set to open there. I'm managing it, you guys. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Been playing Always, Sometimes Monsters. Always Sometimes Monsters is a game that has intrigued me in the past, Squirrel, but I think for me it's a little bit too bleak and too depressing for me. It's very much, you know, life sucks, life is terrible, you might as well slit your wrists right now because it's never going to get any better. And it's a very dark game, and, you know, it's a little bit too gloomy for me, a little bit too depressing. A little washed out right now, but I think it's just because of the scene. So Digi is saying that he doesn't like the graphics of this game and that they look too bland. And I think it's a good point, Digi. I think it's a good point that the background visuals are not quite sharp enough and not quite clean enough and bold enough. They do kind of look a little bit pastel, wishy-washy type effect. So it's a good point. Now you won't get very far. Are you challenging me, NDH? Are you challenging me? I honestly have to take week-long breaks between gameplay sessions for Always Sometimes Monsters. Running away? Probably a smart choice. Fighting GM's not working. Wow, this music, yo. The music. H3 Who proudly presents blurry font. Blurry, terrible to read font. Thanks to Ramirez and Diaz. Ramirez and Diaz. Sunset over Imdahl. Look at that shuffle. Look at that two-step. He's doing a two-step there. I mean, the style is alright, but it needs a lot more colour variation. Good point, Digi. Digi is very experienced when it comes to visuals, so he's got all the knowledge. Hentai squid. those faces. Moonfly. You do make me laugh. The Bible Thump Squid lives again. It has survived. I know the music was a strange choice, Squirrel. I felt like the distortion effect was a little bit out of place. I think it might have been better without the distortion, but don't know. That's just my opinion. Is it just me, or does the chat delay seem better now? Could be better, could be worse, you never know with Twitch. Okay, so we have changed seasons, and we are now in summer or spring. I'm guessing spring, because spring does come after winter. It's probably spring. Intermittent bird song. Oh, I can move. I can move, yo. Okay, let's go. Let's do some exploring. I don't notice anything. Birds. Yeah, birds. Whose bird is this? Whose bird this is? Let's go in here. Let's go across here. Can't get anything. Can't do anything. Can't enter this building here. It looks kind of like a church with the cross above it, but I cannot enter it for some reason. Grey, brown, and green. Hey, it's just like every first-person shooter. Ah, we've got music, and we've got action. People walking around. It's a lot better now. I mean, the thing about these maps is this takes a lot of effort to draw all these maps by hand. So it's definitely really impressive that he's done this, but there's a weird kind of glitchy thing there under that tower window. Kind of seems to be glitching out. Don't know why. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of like shaky movement here on the actual buildings. They seem to be kind of jittering around, like shaking around. I'm not quite sure why that is, but they're definitely kind of shaking, like there's an earthquake or something. So the twerking houses, yeah, exactly, Moonfly. That's exactly what it is. Twerking houses. Run around. Oh dear, I am gonna lose it, you guys. I'm really gonna crack up here. It's too funny. Right, okay, let's go. Let's go to the bar and get drunk. Hey, we're not open yet, lad. No getting drunk for us. What about you? You hanging out by the river? Talk to me, bitch. Talk to me. Like lovers do. Where are you? Am I pressing the right button to interact with these people? Why is no one talking to me? Am I an outcast? Oh, there we go. Hi, who are you? Although I probably don't want to talk to people because the font is so bad that I really want to avoid that if at all possible. Red and purple or yellow could work here. The red on the singular tent does not count. Strange, that's what you are. Whatever. Okay, so what can I do here? Talk to this guard, maybe? Good day, lad. Good day. Is he like Australian? Is he Australian? Good day. Green-haired woman. Come back here, green-haired woman. Talk to me. You're alone, right? I think your mother is calling for you back in your alley there. I live in an alley. That's kind of skanky. I must be poor. I must be poor. Hello. Yo, talk to me. What's this? Who's this guy? See anything you like? Yeah, loads, baby. So much, I'm lost for words. Great, which of these will you take then? This font! I don't even believe it. Sorry? Oh, I don't think I have any narc on me. Maybe later. Oh, the narc must be the currency. Narc must. I know who the F wants to talk to people because the font is so bad. It's like you really don't want to talk to anyone, Moonfly. You don't want to talk to anyone because it's just an ordeal every single time. I say good day, you flaming galah. Okay, let me out of here. Stop talking to me with your terrible font. Get away from me. Okay, let's go down here. The music is quite nice, the music is quite effective, it gives a very kind of provincial small town feel, so it definitely achieves what I think it's trying to achieve. But antisocial Creolas, lol. Yeah, they kind of are. They kind of are. NDH. Very antisocial Creolas. It's true. I mean, I think the artwork is, I mean, obviously the artwork is a little bit rough around the edges, but I think it has quite a charming look to it. I think it has quite a nice appeal to it. So I think it kind of works, but let's just see what other maps are in this game. What they are like. Bang bang, let me in. It's shut tight. Break it down. Break that door down. Shut tight. No, break it down. Let's go here. Pretty. Intermittent birdsong again. Lon, where the hell have you been all day? This is my house. Wow. Hey, I asked you a question and you just... Huh? What am I doing? Am I like... What am I doing? What did I just do? That looks like I'm like tweaking her nipples or something, like tweaking my mum's nipples. That's sick. That is sick and twisted. Perhaps try and remove the font from the font folder. Alright, okay, Squirrel, that might be an idea to try. But I mean, you really shouldn't be packaging your game and making it so that the player has to go and do all this kind of extra stuff to play your game. You should really try and make it so that your game, like when someone downloads your game, it's just ready to play, and there's not like extra stuff to do to set it up and things, because that's like a lot of hassle for people who are trying to play RPG Maker games. You know, it's a kind of a lot of hassle for an RPG Maker game, so... Question mark shock. What am I doing? What's gotten into you, boy? I'm your mother. Don't touch my boobs. Have suppers on the stove, so come on in already. I honestly wish people would stop using this damn... I've never seen this font before, Squirrel. This is my first time seeing this particular font, and as I've said before, I think it is just mind-blowing to me. Like, of all the fonts you could choose in the world, and there are a lot, why would it be this one? Why would it be this one? I don't get it. Honestly, I don't get it. Like, if I could understand what he was thinking and what he was trying to achieve, then it would be fine, but... not like this. Are you crying? My mother is a bitch. I'll tell you, that boy. It's from RPG Maker 2003. Yeah, this game is a couple of years old, at least a couple of years old. So it's maybe a little bit outdated in terms of certain features. Or 2000, whatever. I would even pick Comic Sans over this font, Digi. I agree, Dig. I agree. Right, okay, let's see what's going on here. If it is still too much to grasp. Who the hell was he, that man? Did he just alter the whole of the world for me alone because I looked so pitiful? No, of course not. But then, what just happened? It makes no sense. I should be overfilled with joy from seeing all of these people living again, but I am not. Okay. It is simply too much for me. I can't breathe. Have to get out of here. Maybe a quiet walk through the city could... Wait, isn't that... He is here. What's going on? What's happening here? It's all very confusing. I should kill you for liking that font. Oh, NDH likes Comic Sans. Digi's like, you are in my bad books there. You are in my bad books. Don't get on Digi's bad side. Don't get on Digi's bad side. He's a killer gigolo. He will kill you with his sleaziness. How did this happen? Hello, Lon. Please answer me. What is it you have done? What powers of yours could undo all of this suffering? Undo? I'm afraid that is far from the case here, Lon. I merely took you back. Now it is up to you to undo things. What? Oh, I understand. But what do you want me to do? How could anyone stop a plague before it breaks out? Time is on your side, Lone. Just talk to people and try to find out um who was first contaminated. Ah, and should it be necessary to... What the frickin' hell is that word? Oh my god, that word is giving me an epileptic fit. I can't look at that word. It looks fine when not in an RPG Maker game. You can try, but you'll fail. That word! Oh my god, it looks so crazy. Um, I can't... What is that word? Oh, assassinate. Assassinate, okay. Assassinate. Oh, Jesus. Her before she can spread the plague, so be it. Our death would be a small... You have a Nicki Minaj at your side. Our death would be a small price to pay. Oh. Murder? I don't know if I could. If I... If it would come to that, try rather to see it as saving the lives of thousands than taking that of one. But you are in any case far from that point now. I suggest you start looking as soon as you can, Lon. I will, but how? Where can I start? Make sure to talk to as many people as possible. It shouldn't be too difficult to find out who could have brought a disease into a town under siege. Start by talking as in, as out, as in, as out. And see if you can find if any foreigners have been let into the city during the past weeks. The best of luck to you, Lone. I am reading this text like a retard because it's so hard to read. I'm like, It's so hard to read. I'll wait. What lad? I cannot stay here any longer. Would the guards find me? I'm sure to be imprisoned. Yeah, I'm totally reading this dialogue like that. Yes, but you never told me your name. Ah. My name is... Nope, I have no idea. If you're going to try and introduce original names to me, I just cannot deal with that. Like, when it's actual English words, I can kind of guess at what's supposed to happen, what word is supposed to come next, then I can kind of make a guess at it, but original names, you got no chance, dude. You got no chance with original names in this font. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, that could be anything to me. That could be anything. I have no idea what that is. So, no. Try and get some rest now, Lone. You are sure to need it. I don't know, Squizzle. I don't know. You tell me, because I got no idea. Alrighty. Let's go see what we can do. Ho 99. Hayes, hose, Hayes, hose. Hayes, hose. Hayes, hose. What game is this? This is called Sunset over Imdahl. And it is by Ariman. And the problem with this game, I'm just realizing right now, is that it is a story-driven RPG, which means there are no combat, there are no battles in this game. It is all dialogue-based, story-driven events. So when you combine a story-driven RPG with a terrible, unreadable font, then you have got a combination, a recipe for disaster. If you are combining those two things, you are making your game, unplayable. You are making it completely not worth anything because you can't have those two things at the same time. Imdahl. I'll type it for you. There you go, squirrel. But you know what, let's give it a bit more time. Let's give it a bit more play. See what happens. What is it, Lone Deer? You look horribly gloomy for such a beautiful day. It's nothing. I just have some demanding things to do today. Huh, that's what you get for always pushing what you dread to do to the future. Just don't be late for supper again, boy. I won't, mother. Sunset over Imdahl. The music is back. Oh, the music is back. Although, if you're dyslexic, you might see it as Sunset over Indra. Yeah, let's make Indra ride off into the sunset for good, huh? Let's get rid of her for sure. Evil witch. Only kidding, Indra. I love you, really. I'm only joking. Indra just would not play this game. And, you know what? What's this? Who's this guy? Hello, lad. Good day. Fancy sitting down and sharing your thoughts and perhaps a bottle of wine with an old man? Are you trying to get me drunk? Oh no, what's this? Sorry, maybe sometime later. I have some pretty urgent things to do. You are a weirdo. Bah, you all have. Okay, you are really, like, stay away from me. For sure. Alright then, Thingamajigger suggested I start my search by talking to the guards at the gate to the east of here. Cannot say I've any better ideas. So let's go to the east, huh? Wait, east. This way. East is this way. This dog is kind of cool looking. I like this dog sprite. It's quite cool. Like, it's interesting looking, for sure. So let's go this way. Talk to this guy. Yeah. S1ing, yeah. It's an RPG Maker 2000 game. I can forgive the font. I can't forgive the font, Lord Squirrel. Hey Stream Legend, how's it going, man? Is it an RM2K game? Yeah, I think it is an RPG Maker 2000 game. And I can't forgive the font, Squirrel, because it's like, you just can't have this kind of a font in your game. You know, it's just, there's no excuse for it, and there's no way to excuse it because it's so difficult to read that, you know, it's almost like you're trying to stop the player from playing your game. With this kind of font, it's like you're trying to say, don't play my game, because it's just way too bad. It's just way too bad. They literally couldn't change the font back then, dude. Really? That is terrible. That is a real disaster for anyone trying to make an RPG Maker 2000 game. Because if this is the default font, then that is a complete catastrophe. Because it's so bad. Bugger off, kid. Good day, guardsman. Hello, lad. Okay, so one of them is friendly, one of them is a complete asshole. Could you tell me if there have been any special occasions where outsiders have been let into the city during the last weeks? But I don't get it, Squirrel. How could this be the default font, Squirrel? How could this be the default font of an RPG creation program? Like, I don't understand that from the perspective of the creators of the RPG Maker program. Why would they make this their default font? Because it's so terrible and it's so unreadable that I really can't get my head around why that would be the default font of the program. Like, that really doesn't make sense to me. So you do occasionally still let people in, no? This is back when the RTP was so crappy that you had to use hand-drawn or other people's graphics. Stream Legends like, oh, surrounding us seems to be damn eager to make sure no visitors get that far. It's crazy, it's absolutely insane to me, probably because it was better on screen resolutions back then, maybe, I don't know. Bloody vultures. You don't have the sound on, by the way, Stream Legend. Okay, hold on a second, Stream Legend, so I'll give you a big huge hi, because, say hi to my viewers. Okay. You guys in the chat room are going to have to keep Stream Legend entertained because he cannot hear me. So, talk to him. No sir, never, but anyway, you're sure no outsider have been let in here lately? Well, there was one carriage that they actually let through about a week ago. It was some sort of priest or man of the cloth here for a visit, I think. The priest brought the disease. I don't know where he went to, but I guess one building here would be an obvious place to check, huh? Oh, the church, yeah. Alright, thanks, I appreciate the help. So the obvious place to look for a priest is going to be in the church, I think is what that is implying. So we gotta go to the church. Take me to church. I love that song. I love that Hosier song. Take me to church. Is this the church here? Squirrel. Totally not lying. Good day, child. Are you in need of spiritual guidance? For sure. I have lost my way. No, not really. I'm looking for another man of the cloth that supposedly came to town a few days ago. Know anything about that? He also wants you to ride like a pony. Wants to ride you like a pony? Oh, Squirrel, you're lying about what I'm saying to Stream Legend. You naughty, naughty boy. Not much of a... Huh? What? Ah, that revenant from someplace. Not much of a... I don't know what that word is. I don't know what that word is. If you don't mind me saying so. Of course, good wine is the blood of our Saviour, but moderation is always a virtue. Digi is saying the music is really annoying. Yeah, it's... I mean, I get that it's going for kind of a religious, churchy kind of music, but the strings are a bit too, what you call it, like sharp sounding. They're a bit too sharp and screechy and, you know, very kind of violin-y, like really hard violining, you know, going on here. So I was gesturing wildly there. I was gesturing wildly with an imaginary violin. So, but I thought, okay, you guys can't see that, so pardon. The man is a lush, I'm afraid. He was supposed to help study here with me, but he was always too busy getting to the bottom. Oh, this is too bad, you guys. This is too bad for me. First, I actually went down to the tavern every evening to drag him up here, but he was usually... But the thing is, you guys, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I found this game on rpgmaker.net, and everyone was saying, oh, this game is awesome, this game is so brilliant, it's one of the best RPG Maker games that have ever been, you know, it's really right up there with the best of RPG Maker games. And I mean, for me, I think, how can you say that when the font is so unreadable? How can you make that assertion when this font is so obtrusive to actually playing the game? Like, I don't want to play this game anymore, really, because it's way too hard to read. And I think that, have you ever heard of nostalgia? I have, but I think you can, I mean, these are recent claims, like saying, like, recently that this game is, you know, a classic. It's like a classic of RPG Maker games. And I think that, you know, that's really just, you can't say that, because this is such a bad experience for a player. Like, it's not an enjoyable experience. So I think it's because of the resolution. It gives a lot of priority to old games or games that have been around for ages. Good point, Stream Legend. Good point. That it probably, you know, it probably is like Moonfly is saying, nostalgia, and people thinking that old games are just naturally better, or you know, they have that fondness for games they've already played. But I think the font is such a major issue for me that, oh my god, the loop. Okay, we need to get out of this church. We need to get out of this church because the music is looping way too aggressively. So now I've given up getting any assistance from that man. If you wish to speak to him, he's probably still sitting down there, making up stories for no one. The S's are so hard to read. Oh, alright, thank you for the help, Father. Blatant loop. I know that huge big loop there, Squizzle. There's like really big looping there. Wait, it's gonna start again. There we go. Some strange volume issues in this music track. Wait, help me. What's happening? Oh, what's going on? Yeah, I think that's always a problem when you transition screens. For example here, so I am transitioning this screen by moving upwards, but on the next screen, I'm entering from, I'm coming downwards. So when you're moving upwards to exit the screen, and then immediately going downwards from the next screen, you end up just switching back and forth between the screens. So I think that's a really bad design choice to do. Try and make sure that when you're changing your screens, you are maintaining the direction that you're going in the previous screen. Flushing sounds, someone flushed. Yeah, I'm about to flush this game. I'm about to flush this whole game down the toilet for sure. Cause yeah, it's not a good idea. So I don't think I can play this game anymore, you guys. I think that already it's only been 45 minutes, but I think already I am reaching really my limit of this game because the font is way too hard to read, and the music is also a little bit kind of grating on me, and the storyline is not really there. I mean, I don't even get what the storyline is. I don't even get what this story is about. I mean, was there some kind of plague that killed everyone, and then I've been transported back in time to stop the plague from ever happening? Is that what this story is all about? Because it was never really made clear, and it was never really executed in a really dramatic or engaging way, where you were made to feel like there was this really big plague happening and everyone died. Like, it wasn't really done in a very good way. So I don't know what to tell you. Play another game, Swan. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to play another game because this one is a lost cause. This one is a lost cause. There's nothing else I can get from this game in terms of, you know, I can't even change the screen anymore. So bad though. I mean, the visuals I think are quite charming. I think the artwork is, you know, it's a lot of work to create all these different hand-drawn environments, so that's a big plus to the creator. But it's not enough to make the game an enjoyable game for sure. And to be honest with you, the biggest problem that you have is the font. If the font was changed, then it might be a lot more of a bearable experience, but right now it's unbearable. It's like totally just way too hard.